Hello and welcome back to the Metropole Grid. My name is Andrej,
My name is Patrick.
and this is the second game of match one. That is me on the left. I am playing the new kid on the block. This is Laramy Fisk.
Laramy Fisk.
And on the right we have Scott. Scott is playing some Argus. He wants somebody dead. Probably me.
I think it's you.
Yeah.
That's my suspicion anyway.
This was the day after the Universe of Tomorrow was released, and I decided to try out both the new IDs.
That's right.
See something fresh. These decks are not that polished on the basis that they were built the afternoon before and not at all tested.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to see what I could do with Laramy Fisk, and if you haven't seen Laramy Fisk as an ID, he's interesting.
He is interesting. So the first time you make a run on a central server each turn, you can force the corp to draw one card.
Right, it's a choice.
It's a choice.
It's-
Sometimes you might not want to.
I think a lot of the times you don't want to, and that's something
Right.
I've been learning when playing Laramy.
That is an important thing to learn with it.
There is, I think, the flavor text on, what's it called? Is it on him, or there's flavor text
doesn't
on
have
him,
flavor
or the
text.
seminar? So it's on the seminar,
On the
which
seminar.
says timing is everything.
Is that what the flavor text is?
I think so. I might be mistaken, but that's so important with either playing the seminar or playing Laramy. There's a lot of times where you don't want the corp to draw.
That's right.
So maybe just don't do it early game. I've learned a lot, actually. Laramy is an interesting ID. This came back to the Unplugged tour, Plugged in tour, one of those two.
It was the plugged in tour.
That makes more sense.
I think you
'cause
said
it's Netrunner.
unplugged about 10 times.
Yeah,
and that's
I say it
okay.
a lot.
I'm not going to criticize you
It's
for
an
it.
MTV thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Laramy Fisk unplugged. He's there with an acoustic guitar, shaking hands. Game starts.
So the idea, it was the choice between him and a Shaper ID. The Shaper ID
collective.
is the collective. It was not voted in. We have Laramy instead. I'm okay with that. The collective seemed a bit seeking
It's
divesting is not working.
simple.
Wait, where's the timing is everything? It's on something. Anyways.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to pause and look this up and come back to you in a moment.
Yeah, right. So I'm gonna first force myself and the corp to draw 3 cards, which is something I'm gonna capitalize with a sneak door beta. He
right.
probably has agendas in hand. I probably don't realize that I'm running against Argus, and running last click is damn near suicidal.
It's true.
And I am gonna learn quickly when I steal the posted bounty and realize I have 2 breakers in hand and I can't take a tag.
Yeah, this is a very special episode of Metropole Grid where Andrej learns several important lessons.
Yeah, there goes the caddy and HQ interface. I think there might be 1 or 2 caddies in the deck. They go up in flames. That could be worse. I keep my breakers. But yeah, I don't have that much experience against Argus.
Me neither. It's not a very popular idea as far as our meta goes.
Yeah, I think for a while it showed up in Montreal, but people were playing Faust, and
Yes.
it didn't work against it really well. That's a scored hostile takeover. That's 5 credits, 2 for the install, and a bad pub. I'm going to put that Desperado out, so I'm going to be running, and he knows, Scott knows I'm going to be running. I'm going to run.
He's probably okay with you running a lot.
Yeah, you know what? But you can't do the shell game as easily, I guess, because I will check things. And you know what? Scott's actually really good about this. Scott, you'll see he makes a couple of good moves in which he capitalizes on what I play, understanding how I'm going to play the next turn. Like, take this for instance.
Yeah.
Scott sees I plays the Desperado, so he knows I'm going to face check things. And what does he do? He's going to install 2 remotes. And one of them is, sorry to ruin the surprise, I made him Laramy Fisk draw a snare.
Yep.
He's going to throw the snare out there, and then he's going to throw out another card.
And he wouldn't have drawn that snare if it hadn't been for
Yeah.
Laramy's investment tips.
Yeah, I invested in him.
Thought,
It was a gamble, but most
Argus is going
investments
to
are.
do okay.
Yeah, security is important. But looks like I'm just going to draw up. I have 5 cards in hand, not that scared. And maybe I'll check out the servers, get the Desperado credit, get some information. And we're
Why
going to
not?
start with the inwards one. That is a credit.
Good choice.
Yeah, to see a snare. And hey, really well done there, Scott. You got me good. And I'm going to bleed some cards out of hand. And I'm going to bleed a Corroder
Oh,
and a Fem.
and a special order in case you wanted that other corroder.
Yeah, there's 1 Corroder.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure there's 1 Corroder. I don't know if I put an Aurora in this deck. I always feel bad putting Auroras in the deck. And I realize it's not the worst. If you need to land a Siphon or maybe not lose when you lose your Corroder, it's worth it. And the second remote there is going to be a Jackson. And not only did I run on the snare, I ran on the snare before the Jackson, so the snare goes back. That couldn't
You couldn't have
gone
known. You
worse.
couldn't have known,
I
but
know.
it did go as well as it could have for him.
Yeah. Hey, that's really well done. I think this is at the point in the time where I realized that I should probably not only slow down, but install things out of hand that I need. So I'm going to probably install that Mimic before I lose it.
It's a good idea.
Argus doesn't rush you to the win. You usually have time to breathe.
Yeah.
It's like PE. It's going to take maybe 20 turns for them to win on points, even if you don't run. So I'll hold back a bit. He's going to install into a new remote, put a piece of ice on that. So this could be a good double bluff. Is it an agenda? Who knows?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't see how you would.
I mean, I do actually. I know exactly what it is.
No.
I'm sorry.
I don't know why I shook my hand in anger there, but I probably had reason to.
Well, you record audio when you do the video. I'm sure you can
I
go back over it.
It looks like that was an agenda. That's going to be a Project Atlas.
No token, though.
No token.
That's nice.
Maybe you would consider over-advancing that. The token is disgustingly scary. That is your sea source. That is your second scorch. That is your corporate town, mind you. What else can you tutor? You can tutor that hitman guy, the contract killer. He's great.
Mm-hmm. You can tutor a snare into your hand as the runner
on access. Yeah.
Why not?
That's great. That's going to be me taking some credits, playing the sure gamble. I can now install those cards from hand I need. So the way I built my Laramy Fisk deck is that I wanted 3 seminars, 3 deja vus to recur the seminars.
That's right.
And then I'm playing unscheduled maintenance.
Yeah, that's a nice choice.
Yeah, it prevents the corp from overdrawing ice and just glaciering up every server, so I can still inside job wherever I want. It was really rough because I don't think any of the matchups that day, just unlucky for me, were glacier enough for that to matter.
It's too bad.
Yeah.
But I also really like your inclusion of Deja Vu.
Deja Vu's good.
Of course, you can't use same old thing with Fisk Investment Seminar because it's a priority event.
Yeah.
And Deja Vu is just generally useful recursion.
Because
I'm useful for everything.
Yeah, I can get that Croter back if I need be.
Another hostile takeover.
Another hostile. 22 credits to 12. Sea Sword Scorch will kill me at this point, and I should know it. And normally, this far into the game, you'd think, what's the chance they have all the combo pieces? But the fact that I've been helping him draw, probably was.
So you're making a run on R&D.
Yeah. I'm not worried because I have a Mimic, so if it's caduceus. Right. But he is moving that hostile takeover a bit out of sight. And
oh no.
Oh. God.
I missed that. Was that a...
Yeah, no, that's an archer. That's an archer.
Is that a new ice?
No, that's a really old one.
That's an old one.
That one's been there for a bit. But
yeah, it's too bad.
I think the only way I have to deal with this, I might have an emergency shutdown, was a Fem. Oh, I have fairies. I reckon I definitely have fairies.
Oh, sure.
So Fem's in the bin already. He's just drawing. He needs the agendas. He has power shutdowns. He has ways to get more money. It doesn't matter. Another Jackson, he's going to be able to find.
He has control of this game right now.
Incredible control. I can crawl back, I think, with Siphon.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. The other thing I wanted to do with this deck is to flood the corp.
Of course.
And then while flooding them, install gang signs and then multiple HQ interfaces.
Right.
On top of unscheduled maintenance, that is really hard to have a secure server, so the agendas will pile up. However, there are a couple matchups and maybe only 2 matchups in which 2 or 3 that doesn't work. Harpsichord.
Yep.
Argus and
No, Harpsichord is gang sign is very good in Harpsichord.
Oh yeah, because you score on their turn. That's ideal.
Yeah,
okay, that's fine. But then PE and Argus, because they can do damage and dish out tags on your turn.
Yeah, and on their turn, he is controlling when you get to access cards from HQ, which is very dangerous.
Yep. I'm going to poke HQ. No res. That's a Chrysium Grid. That would stop a Siphon if he installed it. He's not, which I think means that he is not concerned about the financial difference at this point.
Nope.
Or he could just res ice. The second access is going to lead to the install of a Utopia shard, which is a wonderful card versus Sea Scorch combos or any other multi-card combos. Because as soon as one part fires, you fire that shard and hopefully take the rest of the combo into the archives.
Absolutely.
That card is awesome. I really, really like it.
It can replace a Plastic Carapace because you're taking out
dangerous
cards. Yeah.
But you can. And it's the kind of, meat protection that has alternate utility. Like
That's right. It's very useful.
You can legwork and right before you access, pop that. So they're down to 3 cards. You see everything. Then run archives if you want. Maybe pop another shard. See archives. You can do some really ridiculous stuff.
Yeah. Utopia, it might be my favorite of the shards.
Yeah. I think Eden Shard might have a place in Laramy. If you really want to flood the corp, you can cause...
It's an expensive way of just doing his ID ability.
Yeah, anyway, so maybe that is...
I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I did install a drug dealer a while ago, which is a wonderful card that just came out recently, a couple data packs before. Actually, power shutdown for 3 is going to take out
your Desperado.
My Desperado.
That's too bad.
And one thing worth noting, that was actually my last Desperado.
Right, you've discarded the other 2.
Yeah, I did discard the other 2. So MU is I'm not limited to 4 MU regardless of what I install. And I'm going to lose that ability to get credits on runs, which really does make Drug Dealer a bit worse.
Yeah.
Because that first Desperado 1 per turn does help with the Drug Dealer. I guess I'm going to check Archives. Checking multiple face-down cards in Archives is a bit dangerous against Argus. If you see multiple agendas, that can be rough.
That's very dangerous.
But it looks like I'm just going to be lucky, and that is 4 Assets, Ice, and Operations. So I guess maybe that isn't lucky, considering the way that I have to win this game. An Enigma, Res, that's going to make me lose a click, and so last click I'm going to inside job in that server and get that posted bounty. That again is a run last click, which is incredibly dangerous. The tag is probably death, or at least I'll lose my resources, so it looks like I have to take that meat damage. Yeah. There's a passport in there.
But it's so good that you got rid of 2 posted bounties now.
Yeah.
That's not a card you want him to be able to score at his leisure.
No, he can win easily on his turn. Mm-hmm. Advance, maybe leave it a turn. Advance, Scorch. That is an easy way to die. I've always compared this matchup against PE, which as a runner, you kind of have to play slow, make some good calls, install things that are important. Money sometimes isn't that important.
Right. So making good decisions, reading the corp player better.
And the difference I find between C-Source, those people in the sky might know where I am now. It looks like he's going to pump that. He pumps it all the way up to 10.
I think he overspends. Am I wrong?
No, I think he does. I think he overspends by 2 or 3. That's okay. I'm going to take the tag, and immediately I'm going to use that Utopia shard.
That's the best thing to do.
Scorch will kill me. I have a probability of removing at least one of those Scorches. He has...
Does he still have them?
2 clicks left. We'll see. The fact that he isn't throwing a couple cards on the table and shaking my hand means this might be good. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like you've survived.
There
unless
he lives.
Unless he's teasing you.
No, that would be mean.
It would be mean. No one in that might
do that.
Everyone's super nice.
He's going to remove the drug dealer. Yeah. That's probably good. You want to stop the card draw. That's really the way that you're going to hope to get a kill, or at least hope for me to stop seeing breakers.
Drug dealer is good against a kill deck because it can sort of increase your maximum hand size. You'll have 6 cards on his turn.
Yeah, if you end with 5, the corp turn starts with 6, and now certain combos like Sea Search to Traffic Accident, Scorched Earth to Traffic Accident, won't kill because you do have a grip of 6. So that's actually pretty good. Looks like I'm gonna check Archives again. Man, that's dangerous. And yes. Okay. I just wanted to see what I threw out, I guess.
I just wanted to make sure you know.
To see what was happening. And there goes the Scorch. That shard did save me.
What I love you're running, you have absolutely no rig.
No.
You have no cards whatsoever on the table except for your ID.
I've won many games playing Criminal with no cards installed. You can totally do it.
The Anarch way. In a sense.
Yeah, and Anarch as well. It's really freeing. I guess I'm not getting into R&D anytime soon, but whatever. Charisma Grid, going to spot that one again. That's still hanging out in HQ. I guess that's okay to know. I'm going to take some credits, remove a tag, and...
Draw?
No, I'm going to put a security testing.
All
right. So now I can make some money by just running. It's a bit worse without the Desperado. It's also, if I get tagged and he trashes it, that's okay. I spent 0 on it.
Yep.
It's really not that bad when those things get trashed. He does have an Enigma, which I cannot break currently. Is that an agenda? It easily could be. And it looks like I'm going to security test that server and go
get some money.
2 credits. I'm going to use those 2 credits. I'm going to special order. I'm going to probably look for a way to break the Enigma. Yeah, Zool is Zoo 13. I say Zool.
I think Zool is the reference.
Yeah, totally the reference. And I'm going to install that right away. I have 1 click left. Running last click is the thing I'm doing this game.
There's been a lot of that.
Yeah,
Again, a very special episode of Metropole Grid.
You can tell at this point I'm pausing to think about it because I know a snare will kill me.
Yes.
We've seen one snare so far, but it has been shuffled back in, unfortunately. So the chance of him seeing another snare, I haven't been making him draw yet. So it isn't unlikely. I think I'm already in a really bad spot, and maybe
But you're thinking he installed it behind ice.
Yeah.
What could it be?
And you know what? It's a snare.
It's a snare.
And
he played so well there.
No, that was fantastic.
So well.
And he flips that other card down in the corner, and that's a Project Atlas. And this is playing against what the runner is playing. Scott saw that and saw security testing, and he understood, okay, maybe...
He's going to make a run on a naked remote.
Yeah, it's too easy. And so he does the thing that he can do, which was the right call, because I could have got into that remote, and gets the kill. Weyland just, doing business. That's how it goes.
Yeah, just Weyland doing Weyland things.
Yeah.
That was a very, very cool play.
Well,
Scott. I really like that.
Very well played, Scott. After that Cronus Protocol game, I don't feel so bad that that was a fast game too that ended up in flames instead of the slow game that ended up in broken metal and code. But hey, fantastic. I think Laramy Fisk actually is very interesting. I totally have redone this deck and found some success with it. But hey, thanks so much for watching.
Bye, guys.
Ciao.